Hi, welcome to the lesson on least common multiple or LCM. So first of all, I would like to state that this is a very important concept when it comes to pre-algebra because it lays a firm foundation to help you find the least common denominator, which is an application of least common multiples, but we're going to talk more about that later in upcoming lessons, okay? But our focus right now is on least common multiple. So let's begin the lesson. So, what is least common multiple? So, first of all, if you hear or see the word multiple, what comes to mind? Okay, so you may have said multiplication, multiply. That's correct because it simply means we are dealing with multiplication of numbers or repeated addition. So, let's say that you're asked to find the LCM of the numbers 6 and 8. Okay, so we start by listing the multiples of both numbers. So we're going to find the smallest number that is common to both of them. Whatever that number happens to be is the LCM. So what I'm going to do right now is write the products of the whole numbers beginning with 0 and counting upward. Okay, so let's start with 6. And we have 0 times 6, which is 0. 1 times 6 is equal to 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is equal to 18. 4 times 6 is 24. And then we'll go with the 8s as well, doing the same thing. Then we have 1 times 8, 2 times 8, and 3 times 8. So notice the least common multiple that appears in both numbers is 24. Okay, so it is the least common multiple because it's the very first number that appears in both lists. So if you were asked what's the least common multiple for 6 and 8, you would say the LCM is 24. Okay, so now let's go over some other examples because I know that we've listed these numbers, but I would like to state that this method does work very well for smaller numbers. However, there are other methods that work just as well for smaller numbers and larger numbers alike. So let's go over that right now. So the two methods I'm referring to are factor trees and the ladder method. So let's begin by using factor trees, and we'll use different numbers. So we'll use 24 and 36. So for factor trees, let's see, we'll break this down for 2 times 12, and then 2 times 6, and then 2 times 3. And then for 36, 2 times 18, and we have 2 times 9, and 3 times 3. So what we're going to do now is list these in exponential form. So we're multiplying 3 2's together, so that becomes 2 cubed times the 3. And then for 36, we have 2 squared times 3 squared. Okay, so what you have to do here is find the LCM by multiplying the highest exponent or power on each of the prime factors of these given numbers here. Okay, so if we take a look, we have 2 cubed, we have 2 squared. So the highest powered number is the 2 cubed. So we're going to bring that with us. We'll put that right here. So 2 cubed times, and then if we look at 3 squared and 3 to the first power, well, 3 squared is larger than 3 to the first power. So what we're going to do is multiply these together. So we're multiplying 2 3 times, so that's 8, times 3 times 3 is 9. So that's 72. So that means the LCM for both 24 and 36 is 72. Okay, so let's go over another example. Let's say that you are given the numbers 42 and 49. So we'll use the ladder method. All right, so for 42, we'll start with the smaller number. So that's 42 divided by 2 is 21. And then 21 divided by 3 is 7. So these are all prime. And 49 divided by 7 is 7. Okay, so I want you to take a look here. Let's see, I just want to circle these. Okay, so we have these these prime numbers. So we have 2 times 3 times 7 that we're multiplying together. And then we have 7 squared over here. All right, and so if you could take a look here, we have 7 to the first power and 7 squared. So obviously we're going to take 7 squared with us. Okay, so that's out of the way. And whatever is left over is what you're going to multiply as well. Okay, and so when we multiply, we have 7 times 7, which is 49, times 2 times 3 is 6. And so that's equal to, let's see, 9 times 6 is 54. And 24 plus 5 is 29. So 294 is your LCM. Okay. And let me show you another way that will probably be helpful to you and a little bit quicker. So let's use the same two numbers. So we have 42 and 49, right? So you can take and divide both these numbers by finding the same number that will divide evenly into both numbers at the same time, okay? So if you take a look, that would be 7, right? Because 42 divided by 7 is 6. 49 divided by 7 is 7. So all you have to do is take all of these numbers right here, multiply them together, and that gives you your LCM. So we have 7 times 7 times 6. So that's 49 times 6 and is equal to 294. So that's all we have for this lesson. I hope it was helpful to you, and I look forward to working with you in the next lesson. Take care.